When your old career gives you lemons, throw in some ice, mix in some vodka, and call it a podcast. From the Mac of All Trades studio in Fairport, and driven by Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
Thanks for getting your pot on. Thanks for telling a friend. That's how we spread the word about the pirate ship as the Bills win one, Danny.
Yes, they did.
It's not over yet.
No, it's not. We go. Well, we're like the people hedging our bets and leaving early. What is it, like 310 to 14? What is it, 39?
32, was it 32-6?
32.
The Bills have more injuries than the Jets have points.
Oh, I know. That's a little depressing as well. That's just it. This whole day today, I was getting all twisted because I watched. I thought for sure the Steelers would beat Cleveland, and Cleveland beat the Steelers, so I had that wrong in our Pick'em league. And then I had the Commanders beating the Giants, and that didn't go that way. And
right, there's always a couple of screwball upsets. You're like, wait, come on, really? That's not going to happen.
Patriots lost 34-0 to the bye week, so that's another good win for them.
I remember when the Bills used to lose to the bye week.
Oh, yeah.
So it comes full circle.
That does come full circle. Thoughts on this one, Danny? I mean,
I don't think there's anything you could take away from this game. Rasul Douglas is incredible. Great pickup by Brandon Beane at the deadline. Defensive back. He had that touchdown that was called back last week because he was down by contact. But he's done a heck of a job. It looks like Allen's having fun again. But again, this is a team that you should beat the crap out of.
Yeah, you can't judge Joe Brady on this game,
no,
right?
I don't
think you can.
Shakir had the one long touchdown. Ty Johnson had another long touchdown on a fourth down. So I mean, they had a few big plays, but I mean, I don't think there's much to take from it other than they should have won, and they did. So now, okay, bring on the Eagles, and that's not going to be an easy game.
Another national broadcast, another ambulance on the field in Buffalo too.
That's true. Do the Jets, they have the number one defense, or did, going into this game, don't they?
They have a hell of a defense.
Yeah.
They have a hell of a defense. But I think this is when Coach McDermott talks about complementary football. When your offense is going three and out, and puttering along,
yeah, right.
It's not going to give the defense time to rest if they're on the field. I don't care how good your defense is. If they're gassed, eventually they're going to get gassed.
Right away, though.
And it was the second half is when it really hit home for the Jets.
Special teams is what I mean, I'm not sure had the Bills beat Denver by a point if we would not still have Ken Dorsey as the
I think he's still the offensive coordinator.
But special teams is what blew that game because there were 12 men on the field. I mean, we can say that there were a lot of things that led up to that, but ultimately they had the game won. The field goal was missed. There were 12 guys on the field. And special teams right off the start, man, they leveled one of the Jets players. And then
set up the first
Kevin
3 points.
texted me, go, levels a guy on a return, and then they piss it away. I guess we're watching via the internet, basically, over a smart TV. It must be lagging way behind because I think we were like 3 plays later and go, God damn it, Kevin, you jinxed it.
Kevin because
I'm just that good, apparently.
Because they went 3 and out.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, they can't even get that right.
Well,
and you're like, they were up 3-0, then it was 6-0. I mean, they weren't getting in the end zone, which is what Bills fans want to see. It's what the NFL really wants to see from this franchise.
32-6 is the final.
Yes.
The game is over. I didn't like what Josh Allen had said last week. We're 5-5, or this week. We're 5-5, and our backs are against the wall. The clock's ticking on what we can do this season, and it starts this Sunday to try to turn this thing around. I know most people go, well, that I feel like you're too in your head, like you're going to be. What, did you think he looked all right? Because there are people all over Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it.
I didn't think he sounded good this week.
Said that, just saying that he still doesn't look right.
Yeah,
he didn't look right playing.
I didn't think he looked right before the game when he was warming up.
But he looked okay during the. Second half he looked a lot better. I thought
he did, but he looked really concerned.
Yes,
before the game,
Josh Allen.
Yeah, he looked concerned.
275 and 3 touchdowns is a pretty good day.
It is. Even if most of that came on a secure catch and go, but that's fine. That's how the NFL scores your stats. But, I mean, I think that if they beat Philadelphia next week, then you'll know, okay, they're for real. If they lose to Philadelphia next week, then you'll know, wait till next year.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Because you got 2 weeks.
That game? Yeah,
because you got 2 weeks to get ready for Kansas City after that. So, in other words, if you lose to Philadelphia, even though it's an NFC
but then
game,
you have a bye.
You do have a bye, but then you got Kansas City coming up. Do you really want to go into the bye week against a game, or you're in KC after losing to the Super Bowl
The defense
runner-up?
looked great today.
They did.
They looked good. Now,
They did.
granted,
was it the Jets offense looking
It was
piss poor?
Zach Wilson and Tim Boyle.
Yeah, I got
who's
it.
been in the NFL for 7 years and nobody ever heard of him.
Hang on. The offensive line did all right in the past. The Jets' offensive line, I mean, they did all right against the Bills. They did in that first game.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, a little bit.
Which is embarrassing. How did they beat us?
I know.
The Bills really could be 11-0 right now, and they could just as easily be, well, I could say, well, after today's game, 4-7. So, I mean, this is a game that they won hands down, despite the Jets' trickery.
I always hate those terms like must-win game. It's a must-win game, but I felt like
every game's a must-win game.
Well,
I don't agree with that, but I agree that this one was. I mean,
like
you go down 2 games in the division to a team that lost its quarterback, a team who hates its current quarterback, who just benched its current quarterback
during the game.
You don't want to. You don't want to go down to. No, that's inexcusable.
No. You know what I want though is I want those I want a replay flag, kind of like they have. What is it?
The progressive commercials.
Yeah, but in real life, I mean, come on, Beth, don't you want the replay flag?
Absolutely.
I want the replay flag.
Okay.
Well, let me be careful how I say that.
Yeah.
I want the replay flag.
I want to replay for that too.
Well, yes, but I mean, ever in life, and I'm going to tell you why. Thursday night, we were all together.
Yeah, we were.
We were at a casino night.
We did.
Charity casino night. You and I are playing blackjack.
Mm-hmm.
What happens?
We won a hand.
Yeah.
And you got excited.
No.
And accidentally spilled.
Okay. All right. I'm throwing my flag down. And here's why. The wine glass was to my right. I'm right-handed, but it was on the outside of my right hand. So what happened was, just for people to know, we're playing blackjack, and all of a sudden my glass of wine, which was really full. I mean, I think you put it down, and Beth even said, that's a really full glass of wine. Because I think I remember you saying that, Beth. Did you not?
No, I ordered 3 glasses. I ordered 3 glasses, and the woman opened up a brand new bottle and emptied the entire bottle into the 3 glasses.
Well, they were short bottles that they had.
Yeah.
All right, so you put the glass down, or you hand it to me. I put it down. I put it down next to me on the table. You should never do that at a real casino, but this was
casino night.
Yeah, it's casino
charity.
night. I didn't think anything. But a real casino, they'll go crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Mine goes, it floods the chips, the cards, everything.
Yeah.
Like, we're mopping up.
Here's what you don't know.
Yes, I do. That you guys got yelled at?
Our table got yelled at, too, for it.
Well, afterwards,
Some poor lady comes over, and the lady sitting at the end of the table, hey, you can't have your glass of wine there. She's like, what? Yeah, some asshole just dumped it on the other
she
table.
Didn't say asshole.
That was worse than asshole. I cleaned it up. It was charity.
So here's what I'm thinking.
Why do you need the flag?
Okay, here's why I need the flag. Because how am I, if my hand went up and it's my right hand, which way is that glass tipping?
It should tip to the right.
Yeah. This glass tipped to the left because it flooded. You were to my left.
Yeah.
It flooded all that way. I am throwing the replay flag. I'm going the guy next to me, hit the wine, and then because I saw it out of the corner of my eye, I pulled my hand back. I had a white shirt on. The cuff outside my suit jacket would have had red on it.
That was your chest.
Yeah,
that was your chest that had red on it.
That's a good point, Billy.
Beth, do you agree or no?
That makes total sense.
It does make sense, does it not?
It makes
I have
sense.
thought about this a lot.
Yes, but
it really bothered me.
You were playing Australian blackjack, so it goes the other way.
Fuck you. I was so bothered because I'm like, and of course, you know, then she's going to get the what did she? What
She had one of those special towels.
She got a ShamWow.
ShamWow.
And you,
by the way,
Tide stick.
you'd have no idea when she was done cleaning up that there was ever a spill. That's how those things suck up everything.
Yeah, it sucked it all up. I think it looked like a
Sucked
ShamWow.
all the chips out of our freaking pockets too. By the time we were done.
But I was so
them up,
bothered.
but you can't take them
And I
out.
go, no, shut up. See, this is what I'm saying. I want the fucking the freaking replay flag. Excuse me. I didn't mean to get it too excited.
Or the time, or when we walked in and you were like, you wore the same thing I did.
What?
No, I was just joking.
Oh.
I was trying to make fun of that commercial with Von Miller and Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
I told you I was wearing this.
Was the stain on your chest? Was that collateral damage from that, or was that something different?
That was from the fact that I just went crazy on the cheese tray.
That was cranberry.
No, I don't know what it was. It was like a waxy substance.
Yeah.
There were 2 tables at that charity event that I hit harder than the auction table. One was the dessert. One was the cheese charcuterie board table.
That was a big.
Somebody walked by and said, "Who ate all the cookies?"
Danny and I were sitting there. I've consumed more sugar. Now, by that point, I had not eaten for 36 hours leading up to that on purpose. But I
was going to hibernate.
No.
The fat kid, had one brownie.
Yeah.
You guys ate about 46.
46. I probably had 50 myself. Yes. So what I was doing was trying to see, can I drop the weight? Once I started eating it, it was like addictive. The sugar in the cheese, the sugar in the, you forget how much sugar.
That's how they do it.
I'm telling you.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you.
And then I went and I got whatever the little brownie thing, and I was so, those little cakes they had with the berry in the center?
Yeah.
And they put the powdered sugar on it? I was right back in 8th grade when I used to walk up to people with the powdered sugar on the brownie. I used to go and blow it right in their face.
Yeah. Greg Connors walked by and asked you if you want to do an endorsement for him.
I was so close to doing it to you. I was going to go, hey, Danny. But I go,
I didn't want to land back in the hospital.
We didn't talk about that. Now, I never said why you were there. And
my brother Ryan texted me. He's listening to the podcast. He goes, "Hey, you okay?"
I didn't want to say
Bill Moran
anything.
said you were out for unforeseen circumstances.
We said lower body injury.
I don't remember what I said, but I didn't want to go into detail.
Said it was my story to tell.
Day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I did. Yeah, I did say
my
that.
story to tell.
Well, even that seems a little maybe too dramatic. Maybe I shouldn't even have said that. I didn't know what I probably shouldn't have said that because I never want to give away. It's up to you if you want to tell it.
Yeah, I could tell a story.
Yeah. What happened?
I woke up Wednesday morning with chest pain and deep chest pain, like underneath my thorax, as they call it. And
You got to tell your wife to stop kicking you in the middle of the night.
I think that's what happened. I think, I think that's what happened. She elbowed me in the chest.
Suplexed you.
Yeah, she did. She came down hard. And
Like sauce on Diggs today.
Yeah. What was that?
yeah, that was a little rough. It was a little rough. Don't be hitting my receiver like that. But in all seriousness, the Bills just scored. No, wait, no, it's a replay.
It's a replay.
No, I woke up with chest pain, and it didn't feel like heartburn, which I've only had a couple times in my life, but it really hurt. But here's the thing. I wasn't sweating.
Yeah.
I wasn't out of breath.
Yeah.
I could totally function. I even thought about going for a walk for a while just to, ease it up.
What if it was just gas?
Yeah,
That's right.
I know that.
I take the Tom to
So
clear it out.
I tried taking Tums. That didn't work. I took Pepto. That didn't work.
Yeah.
So I'm like, huh. So I text Boo, my wife, and I said, hey, guys.
Hey, Boo. I think I got gas, baby. Come home and burp me. So what was it?
So I go, hey, Boo, I'm having chest pain this morning. I'm thinking about calling the doctor. She calls me. She goes, first of all, you cannot text me that. You call me with that. I'm like, okay, well, on the phone now. And I didn't want to, interrupt her day.
Now, what happens when they call you at school? Would they come down and get you? Because you're a teacher.
Yes. I do. No, I have my cell phone with me. I have to have that to sign on to all my devices anyway.
Oh, yeah,
so
you double authentication.
I would.
That's how they track her.
Yeah. 100%. I would just tell the kids, sorry, guys, this is important.
Yeah, because you know not to call her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't just call her.
No.
But
Boo!
So she was.
What if we switch to almond milk? I'm hearing that's better.
Where the Fruit Loops at?
Dan, can this wait till after 3 o'clock?
Well, you know,
Yeah.
well, never mind.
I know
You know
what-
what it's like to be called, in the middle of a show.
Oh, yeah.
Stop
I
there.
got it.
But yeah, so she comes home and I go, I feel great. She goes, what about your chest? Oh, that hurts. Call your doctor. I call my brother-in-law, who is a doctor. He goes, call your cardiologist. I call the cardiologist. 45 minutes, they call me back. They go, yeah, you got to go to the ER.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. Go to the ER. They run a bunch of tests. They take a bunch of blood. I was in there. And by the way, if you ever have to go to the ER, go to Highland, okay? Now, I know Thursday
They went until lockdown,
may have
but
been an
that's right.
exception. I went on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Just missed it. But, man, they're great. They're very personable. They're very quick.
They heard Dan was there, so they wanted to get in and see him.
So they run all these tests, took a lot of blood, ran an X-ray, did an EKG. They did an echocardiogram. They're like, look, your heart's fine. Your heart's in great shape, actually. It's not your heart. We don't know what it is. So go home.
Yeah. You hypochondriac. Did they write that down?
But here's the thing.
No, I'm kidding.
I didn't want to go.
I'm
But
kidding.
here's the thing. I didn't want to go to the freaking ER.
You're at
the
that-
doctor told me to go to the ER.
Of course they will, because they can't see you, and they're not going to be equipped if it's something bad.
Which, by the way, the
there.
nurse was like, that doesn't sound like much to me, but I'm going to run it by the doctor
Yes.
just in case.
Yeah, just in case.
So they run it by the doctor, and I end up in the ER. So that's the second time in 22 months that I've been in the ER.
Have you been starting to work out that maybe you had? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like maybe not consistently. Have you started working out again? And it could be a muscle.
I thought that might be the case.
Yeah.
So Beth and I bought.
Come home, you're just rubbing your chest. Hey, boo.
Yeah, my thorax is a little crispy.
It's cold in here.
So I bought a Total Home Gym, the one that Chuck Norris used to advertise. Why is that so funny? Why is that so funny?
You can't say that when I have a mouthful of water.
Yeah, but why?
Hey, I got a
Deal
total home
throwing a
gym.
second table this week.
I got a Chuck. Yeah. I got a Chuck Norris total home gym. Okay.
Yeah, so
Chuck's 80.
I'm doing like chest flies and stuff.
Yeah.
But that was
No big deal.
So that was like 5 days earlier. So I don't know if it was
Yeah,
that.
but if you haven't done it in a while, and you may, it's just like the
But
muscles.
when I would touch my chest muscles,
Yeah.
you know, which by the way they do exist.
They were flexing.
Nothing. It
On
didn't,
their
even
own.
the doctors like poking me. Does that hurt? Does that hurt?
Yeah.
Can you feel that? Does that hurt? I'm like, no.
You turn around and go, does it hurt you? How would I do that to you?
But yeah,
You feel like put the
All
work
right.
in, Doc?
So I said to Dan, I go, is it possible? Can I say it?
go ahead.
I said
Is
the
it,
same thing.
is it possible that you had a panic attack? And those are very real. I mean, that's a big deal because it presents as like a heart attack for people. And Danny says to me, what do I have to be panicked about? And I go, Dan's telling me when we go to the game that he goes, I'm watching the game and I start thinking about the national debt. And I get really concerned about the national debt. And I'm going, wait, what? Yeah, and then I'm thinking about that, and I'm thinking, well, what's going on with this part of and what are they doing over in these guns? And all this is happening while I'm watching the game. And I think to me, I go, yeah, that sounds like you could have a panic. You got a lot happening
So-
up
That
there.
happened today.
Yes.
We're sitting here watching the game, and all of a sudden, did Nixon get 2 terms?
Well, because Bill had asked
Out of
an
nowhere.
hour earlier. He goes, "What presidents had only one term in office?"
What
in
were
our
one-term
lifetime?"
presidents? Only that's what I was thinking.
Carter, Bush Senior, and Trump.
I was thinking that because of Rosalind Carter
Yeah.
passed away, and we'll get into that in just in a moment.
So then later on, I'm like, it dawned on me. Wait a minute, did Nixon get 2 terms? But I wasn't around for Nixon. That was before
Yeah.
my time.
Nixon got busted when I was 1. Oh no, when I was 3. But it started like in 72. Right.
So I didn't know
That's
if
when
he
they
had.
busted into the.
Yeah, and then he got Gerald Ford involved and all that other. Ford only had like one term in office. He just finished out Nixon's, and that was it.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Richard Nixon was supposed to be a brilliant man,
he was
unethical, but
Yeah.
but-
paranoid as hell.
yes, but brilliant, brilliant.
But yeah, so I mean, yeah, I do have a lot of weird thoughts, and I mean, I did have a little bit of a nightmare before I woke up that day, so maybe that had something to do with it. But I wasn't waking up in a panic, sweat. I wasn't like feverish. I just
Well,
literally
that's
had
true
chest
too,
pain.
because a lot of times panic attacks do present much like a heart attack with the sweat and the everything.
Right.
So you didn't have any of that.
No.
So you have hypochondriac waste my wife's time disease.
Yes, I have. It affects one in
Is
every.
that covered by your insurance?
No, it's not. Should we drop the replay flag? It's just let you do it over.
But maybe you're right. I don't know. I mean, I do get concerned about a lot of things that
Yes,
I
you
don't
do.
think
that are out of your
that
control.
9 out of 10
though.
Americans don't think about.
Well, yes, but
I mean, we just reelected like Adam Bello to be
Yeah.
the county executive.
yes, sir.
Okay, have we not spent the last year talking about the amount of crime that's risen in this freaking godforsaken
Well, yeah,
county?
but- yeah, but-
but let's reelect that
But
douchebag
a lot of times the crime had
in a
nothing-
2-to-1 rate.
Hang on.
Wow.
I got to say this.
Beth, go warm up the car.
No,
You're going to be going to the ER tonight.
Now, here we go. Look at how red your face gets and
Because
stuff.
I can't
Yeah,
believe
but hang
that
on.
not enough
I'm gonna
people
I'm going to tell you
are
why.
pissed off.
I think that people, because that's not in his thing. He's not making the laws.
No, but he's not
it's
helping them.
But the judges are the ones releasing a lot of these
I
kids
understand
early,
that, but, like,
and
I
that's-
mean,
it's state law.
Is Monroe County better off now than it was 4 years ago?
I
don't know that we are.
I don't know fiscally.
Somebody give Danny a hug. God
But-
damn,
but-
the
but
Bills
you
won and
see-
he's all fired up.
But here's the thing that I can't control that.
Right.
The only thing I can
I
do
know.
is I went and voted. I even put my voted
Yeah,
sticker.
I saw,
It's
yeah.
right up there. I voted,
I voted too.
but I can't.
I hate voting.
but I can't control that. So that's the stuff you need to put it down.
I know.
Let
Was
go.
he early- or when
what
Xi
did you used to
Jinping
say?
shows-
What did you used to say?
Let go and let God, which I should listen to my own advice.
Was he this fired up last week coming home from the game after they lost?
No.
This is a blowout win, and he's
I was
fired up.
pretty upset.
Yeah, but he was. No,
I was a compartmentalized, even keeled.
Yeah, but you were even keeled, and then said to me, You got to stop at the next rest stop. I really got to piss.
Was that before or after you offered to piss at the mafia house before you left?
That was,
No, we didn't even piss in the house.
I said to him,
we got to get in the car and go now.
Yeah, that's what Danny said. And we said for about an hour.
Yeah, I think the truck moved maybe 15 feet in an hour. I mean, the traffic was that bad.
It was bad.
Even the Broncos got out of town before we did. All of a sudden, let them go. Let the buses go.
All right, we'll take a moment. Rosalind Carter, which started one of Danny's.
And I don't think, by the way, I don't think Bello's a douchebag. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry.
You're welcome to your opinion, and it's fine.
He's on the line. He wants to talk to you.
He actually visited my house when I lived, like in the city, like to win my vote.
Yeah.
I just don't understand like the direction, we're taking. It's like nobody's paying attention. We reelected Hochul. You've seen what the mess New York State was. Now let's give her 4 more years. I mean, it's like that type of leadership where I know that leadership is spineless. They have no balls, they have no guts, and they're going to do whatever George Soros finances them to do. And meanwhile, New York State's
here we go.
going to turn into a more communist regime.
It was just picked as one of the worst places. One of the least free states.
The governor of New York is putting surveillance. She is surveilling your social media for hate speech. Guess what? When you give her that kind of power, she can determine what hate speech really is.
As he just dropped hate speech on Bello, calling him a douchebag a minute ago.
Right. I'm probably going to jail.
No, you're not. No, you're not. I will not allow
you'll have a heart attack in there when you're getting it in the ass.
Beth.
It's like the First Amendment doesn't work here. I go, is anybody, and this is why I get pissed. Is anybody paying attention? Nah, just check the fill in the box. Right. And the Bills are on Sunday. Are you going to the game?
You just were in the ER. Will you relax? Thanksgiving's coming up. The family wants to see you.
I might want to see Jesus first.
All right, we'll take a moment.
At this rate, who knows?
Rosalind Carter went to see Jesus, and we will talk about that next. But first...
Leave Billified a voicemail anytime on the Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram line at 585-206-8866.
Hey, Billified crew. I just want to pose a question that I don't know if it's been posed before or if anybody's even thought about it. Does Josh Allen remind anybody of John Elway? And, with the arm strength, the scrambling, the running abilities, all that stuff, and the constant frustration in the playoffs. And does anybody else think that it may be like a few more years, several more years before Buffalo gets a Super Bowl with Josh? I'm just putting that out there. See ya.
And be sure to like and subscribe to Billified wherever you get your podcast.
Danny, you and I actually had a discussion about this.
We did.
And he does have a lot of Elway
characteristics. He reminds me a lot of John Elway. You don't hear more Elway than Kelly.
Yeah.
Now, he's got Kelly's toughness and guts, but so did Elway. Elway was a tough dude, too.
Yeah.
I believe, and I get killed for this, I believe Elway was arguably the second best quarterback ever behind Tom Brady. And the reason is because he brought the Broncos to 3 Super Bowls, and who was his second best player? You can't name him.
Yeah, until they
carried
got
them. Then when he finally got Mike Shanahan as a head coach, and Terrell Davis and Rod Smith, all of a sudden they had the offensive weapons to go, and he won back-to-back Super Bowls. There's a lot of Josh used to scramble. So did Elway. Elway would scramble. Josh had a gun for an arm. Elway had a gun for an arm. So yeah, they're very similar. The thing is, Josh has a couple of tools. I don't think he has all the tools. In the NFL, everybody's got tools now. So it's going to be tough. I mean, he's got more competition than I think Elway did. Elway had Kelly and Marino really to worry about. Allen's got Mahomes. He's got Burrow when he's healthy.
Yeah, Tua.
He's got Tua,
which I didn't think was going to be much of anything.
But he's got a hell of a coach now, and he's got 2 great wide receivers. He's got Justin Herbert. If Jim Harbaugh goes to the Chargers next year,
look out.
Yeah, they're going to be really good. I mean, and then you got the whole NFC to worry about too. So I mean, it's going to be tough. That's a great comparison. It's a very fair comparison.
Former First Lady Rosalind Carter passed away. She was listed as the closest advisor to Jimmy Carter during his one term as U.S. president. I did not realize. I was too little, and and I always thought, as I got older, having some interest in more history than anything, I always thought Jimmy Carter seemed like a very sweet man who put his money where his mouth was, did an awful lot with Habitat for Humanity, very bright man, I believe a Nobel Peace Prize winner, and double check me on that one just to make sure I'm not wrong. I'm pretty sure he did.
I think he did in the 90s.
I think he did. And then, but not I wouldn't say a great leader. Bright, just because you're very smart doesn't, I don't know that he was a great leader. But there was a lot that went on during his time in office. You had the whole, the hostages, hostage situation. And
the oil issue.
Yeah.
You also had New York was a mess.
This is what they say about Rosalind Carter. The Carters were married for more than 77 years.
Wow.
Globally, I had to look this up. Globally, not here in the United States, life expectancy has increased by more than 6 years between 2000 and 2019, from 66.8 years to 73.4 years. So outlived the life expectancy. Their marriage outlasted the life expectancy
amazing, isn't it?
of most people. It really is.
All them peanuts.
He's 99, isn't he?
He's 99.
And she was, 97?
96. And the Carters were married and forging what they both described as a full partnership. Unlike many previous first ladies, Rosalind sat in on cabinet meetings, spoke out on controversial issues, and represented her husband on foreign trips. Aides to President Carter sometimes referred to her privately as co-president.
We president.
Well, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's one of these things where the men are talking here. You know what I mean? Hey, tits, the men are talking here. Sit down. But I don't know. I wonder if they called him Pussy Whip behind his back.
Behind every great man is a great woman.
Well, I think so. Yeah, former President Carter released a statement shortly after the deaths saying, I won. No, he said, it's terrible. He said, Rosalind was my equal partner in everything I ever accomplished. Now, I thought he was in hospice care himself.
He's not doing well.
I thought he had.
I think there was a countdown on him. I thought over the summer that we thought we were going to lose him.
I thought he moved into hospice over the summer. But Rosalind was my equal partner in everything I have ever accomplished. She gave me wise guidance and encouragement when I needed it. As long as Rosalind was in the world, I always knew somebody loved and supported me. Ugh.
Yeah.
That last sentence.
Dictated, not read. I just say that because I don't think he's got the marbles right now to write.
Yeah, I'm wondering the same thing too. I was wondering.
But that's something he would say.
Yes, I believe that.
I believe he would say
or maybe it was written a while ago. Like, like.
Hey, while you have most of your marbles.
Yeah.
Hey, write something about your wife when she dies, okay?
She was widely regarded for her political shrewdness, drawing particular praise for her keen electoral instincts, down-to-earth appeal, and work on behalf of the White House, including serving as an envoy to Latin America, fiercely loyal and compassionate as well as politically astute. That's what they say here.
It's weird because Carter, like, we talked about the 3 presidents who basically were fired. Well, if you count Nixon, 4.
Yeah.
Okay. When you don't win your second term, you're basically fired by the American people.
Right.
And yet, all I remember growing up, I grew up, like, my first 8 years were really Reagan, right? And then it went into Bush and then Clinton. And people started talking in the 90s about how glowingly, what a great person Jimmy Carter was.
What a great
and what a
person.
great, yeah. They didn't, but they talked in such glowing terms, like, well, this guy must have been a hell of a president. No, he wasn't. Okay, well, I mean, it was almost like somebody
He might have come in at the wrong time. I mean, I don't know.
He wasn't a great president. He was like what Biden is now. I mean, that's the comparison.
Many presidential aides insisted that her political instincts were better than her husband's. They often enlisted her support for a project before they discussed it with the president. Her iron will contrasted with her outwardly shy demeanor and soft Southern accent inspired Washington reporters to call her the Steel Magnolia.
Well, she had his ear.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. 77 years of marriage. How long is too long? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
For Alan Tipper Gore, apparently, like,
no, but
I don't think they made it to 40, did they?
When marriage, I don't know.
They got divorced.
Yeah, they did.
It wasn't long after he lost the election that they decided to split up.
Marriage, when it's good, I think can extend your life. And I think marriage, when it's bad, would be one of the things that's a big stressor on you.
Well, they say
a very big stressor.
You'll live longer if you're married.
Well, men, I think, live longer when they're married.
Because they have a wife who will take them to the emergency room.
You have a
when they
wife
think
who
they're
you
doing
call,
okay.
who you text, who says, call me when it's like that, and I'll get you to the emergency room, you dumbass.
Yeah, don't text.
Yeah.
Jimmy Carter, Nobel Peace Prize 2002, and they were both in-home hospice.
In-home hospice.
In Georgia.
Yeah, I mean, how long does Jimmy Carter last now? If this is truly like, that last sentence of the statement says, as long as Rosalind was in the world, I always knew somebody loved and supported me. How long does he last now? Is he gone before even
Christmas,
Thanksgiving?
Maybe Christmas.
When's his birthday? Does he want to hit a Hondo?
I don't know.
Let's go to.
Well, I mean, not
Go
very
to
long.
DraftKings and see what the odds are on that.
Not very long.
Now, I'm pretty sure that while Jimmy Carter was president, Willie Nelson got high on the roof of the White House
With his kid, right?
With Carter's son.
Yeah.
I think so. And then there was Jimmy Carter, his brother.
Okay.
Wait, no, Jimmy Carter. What was his brother's name? He had a brother, Jimmy Carter. There was something beer.
Billy Beer.
Billy Beer.
Billy
Billy
Carter,
Beer.
right.
Billy Carter. Billy Carter was like a mess of a human being by comparison. He was almost like Clinton's younger half-brother, Roger Clinton. Like, it was like, what is going on here? Now, how would you want to be celebrated? Like, if you could, now you've mentioned when you die, you've told Beth this, and we've discussed this.
Yes.
You want everybody to come right. But what would be, it's somewhat unconventional, what you're saying here. Say what it is again.
Is that I would like to have a lot of eulogies. I want people to remember me.
Yeah.
If I deserve to be remembered, I would hope that the people who loved me spoke highly enough of me that they would speak at my funeral. I don't want my funeral to be a drag, or I'll come back and scare every one of you.
Okay, so
Can Bill headline?
He could headline. Oh, yeah. Bring in Jimmy Schubert. Sure.
Unconventional way that you would
Doug Phelps
celebrate
could
something.
drive the hearse.
You know what I'd like to do?
There's a little Uber. Pick some people up along the way.
I would like to have a stack of Ouija boards with a note that says, let's keep in touch. So on the way out of the funeral house, you get a Ouija board that just says, let's keep in touch. Love, Bill. What do you think?
That is something you would do.
How funny
I would
that
laugh.
be?
I would refuse
How
it because that's in
funny
character.
would that be?
But that would be hilarious.
That would be great.
That would be great.
I want to do that. I did put up on social media not a while back after you had said it, and I never did anything with it. And I saw the post. How do you want to celebrate? All my friends got to be 10 minutes late, said a woman named Megan, after service starts, because I'm late everywhere I go. All right. Somebody else said, I've had several surgeries where I have some hardware inside me. When I die, I want to be cremated and all the pins, screws, and bolts collected. I want my husband to make jewelry out of it and wear it for the rest of his days. The jewelry from the pins and things.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
I got that part.
I'm not doing that.
That way, if he ever gets asked about his unusual jewelry, he has to explain that he's wearing his dead wife.
I'm not doing that.
Why not?
Nah,
No?
that's nasty.
You think so?
I think it's skeevy.
Well, people,
macabre.
some people like keep a tooth or a.
Like even like having the ashes in your family room, that skeeves me out. I don't know
people
why.
Put the ashes in tattoo ink.
In tattoo ink, right? So it's with them all the time.
It skeeves me a little
Beth
bit.
wants to be cremated and then put in the bottom of a tree and have the tree planted.
Yeah, a lot of people do
That's
that.
what
It's
she
a really
wants.
wonderful thing, actually. You're putting, oxygen for the rest of us back on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Dust to dust.
Here's Beth in the form of
An oak tree
yeah.
with purple leaves.
I had a roommate that wanted to have her ashes put into tiny vials so that everyone could take a vial and spread her. Wait, and spread her ashes in. This is actually sweet. In a place that had a special memory of her, or in a place where they thought she might like to go.
I dated that chick. Men's room in the park. Special place.
No, but I think look at you, insensitive assholes. Thank God Beth is here because she went, yeah, right. It would be places like if you had a friend and they said you went on a trip somewhere together, they make a trip back. So let's say it's Joshua Tree or Austin, Texas, to
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know somebody who insisted that his ashes be spread over Cuca Lake because he used to fish there all the time.
Yeah.
And the family spread his ashes there.
Okay. Who was it?
My sister's father-in-law.
I thought maybe it was
no.
like it's somebody else.
Right by Damien's place.
I would want my life celebrated by everyone going to a concert with a punk band from my youth, late 90s, early 2000s. Group would get a VIP section or suite to rest with snacks and drinks, but the pit passes are a must. I want them to go down and just celebrate live music and dance around the time I felt most alive.
Stephanie Hyde.
I know. I thought the same thing. It's not.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? The time you felt
But I
most
don't want
alive.
at my funeral. Like I don't want people to. I mean, I'm sure people will shed tears, but I don't want that. I want it to be a joyous occasion. I'm going home. I'm going home. I'm going to see Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm hanging out with my dad again.
Yep.
My grandma, my sister.
Yeah.
My cousins.
Yeah.
Moses.
Yeah.
I mean, that's some cool
And
people.
we're all taking bets on what that death certificate says. Cause of death, panic attack.
Cause of death, Democrats. I'm just joking. There's a lot of good ones.
Really? You just rolled your eyes and took a big breath.
No,
there's a lot of good ones. Oh, I'm teasing you.
There are.
All right. Can you name one?
Rachel Barnhart.
Yeah. All right. I always
Don't
think,
ask me to name two.
I think they're good on both sides.
I think there's
fairly
douchebags on both sides.
On
Paul
most
Ryan's
of
a douchebag. He's a Republican. Okay, there you go. I can call balls and strikes, folks.
All right, we will. We'll take a moment. When we come back, a couple of things. I'm going to give you a story. You tell me these are two real stories. Which one is from the Times of Wayne County?
Is it my sports report? I'll be very upset if you put
Which
that
one is realer?
We'll get to it next. But first.
Mother is charged tonight after her 2-year-old child A former Hancock
Leave Billified a voicemail anytime on the Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram line at 585-206-8866.
Hey, Bill, the volume on a board is called a pot because it's a potentiometer. P-O-T is the first three letters of it. Learn something, why don't you? Have a great day. Love you. Bye.
And be sure to like and subscribe to Billified wherever you get your podcasts.
Oh, you didn't know that either, Mr. Radio?
No, I didn't.
I never
You didn't
even
learn
cared.
that in class?
Well, I think I always call it the volume because nobody outside of radio or whatever would know. Let me rephrase that. Majority of people I don't think know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just said it that way. But I don't think I knew it was the potential.
Let me pot you up there. Let me pot you up.
yeah. That was always it. All right. You tell me which one happened in 315.
Okay.
All right. Man arrested
Yeah.
for defecating
Okay.
on the carcass of a possum.
Taking a dump on a possum, all right.
Man arrested for domestic assault, urinates himself while in a holding cell, and then rolls around in it, trying to get all his clothes urine soaked.
Oh, man, this is so close. One or
Which
the other?
one is the 315 story?
I'm going to say the first one.
The first one.
It's too easy.
I'll go the other way.
Okay.
Okay. The first one, at around 5:20 p.m., 45-year-old man was seen by a Clearwater police officer defecating on a dead possum with his pants down and his backside exposed. Took a shit on the possum. Like, seriously.
Are we sure the possum was dead, or was it just playing possum?
Well, that's a good question. This is according to the affidavit. He's known to residents, and he was allegedly in full view of the motoring public during busy traffic hours.
Clearwater steamer.
Did they see?
Who would defecate on a possum? In the post-Miranda interview with police, the man's name is Mr. Wilcox, denied the allegations and said the officer doesn't see straight. The affidavit said. Police, however, found
take a dump on that possum.
quote-unquote physical evidence at the scene corroborating the allegations. The man took a dump on a dead possum.
If he just takes
what smells worse?
gosh.
What's the worst?
I didn't even think of that.
What smells worse?
Who's the rookie cop that's got to get down to the dead possum and bag that shit up? Or do you pick the whole thing up? Does it all go or just the duty?
Maybe
You remember last week when
why can't we just take a picture and go with that?
Well, you can't DNA a picture.
No, we're not DNAing this.
Here's the thing. It's bad enough to just defecate outside in public, okay? This guy did it on a dead possum. Now, last week we talked, if the Bills beat the Broncos, does Ken Dorsey get fired? If this guy doesn't defecate on a possum, are we talking about this dude?
No,
of course not.
No.
But he chose to defecate on a dead animal.
Yes.
Say defecate again.
Now,
let me
ask-
7 times.
Now, you've ever heard stories about gerbils and stuff being used as sexual objects? Do you think that might have had something to do?
Is that
Oh,
something?
it was dead. And it's big. It's on the side of the road.
I don't know what goes
Busy
on down there,
traffic.
man. It's Florida, bro.
All right.
Oh, you don't know, man.
All right. You know what? He's going to have a panic attack over possums now.
No.
I'm teasing you.
Or armadillos.
All right. Here's the other story. This guy was arrested.
This was the local story.
This is the local story.
I was almost rooting for the other story, just like
The defecating?
Yeah.
Okay, this is
That
one
seems more,
I can't wrap my head
Cooler.
around this
It
one.
seems cooler.
This guy was arrested for a domestic incident, okay? He allegedly choked his girlfriend, wife, somebody. Well,
we know it wasn't Mark
obstruction of
Ordan.
breathing, something like that. The victim then, he then fled the residence with children to a separate location. That's so the victim left with her children to a separate location, got out of there. Deputies responded to the scene of the incident where it was determined that the suspect had also damaged the personal property of the victim. As a result, they arrested this guy. He's 37 years old. His name is Michael Delfa Jr. And Michael Delfa was transported to the Cayuga County Public Safety Building where he was processed on these charges. While in the processing area, Delfa Jr. intentionally urinated on himself as well as the floor. Delfa Jr. then began to roll around in his urine in an attempt to soak all of his clothing. Sounds you got to be on meth.
How do you determine it was intentionally he pissed himself?
How do you?
Well, you kind of have.
Wouldn't you say I have to go to the bathroom? Or I would think too. A lot of times in these holding cells,
pisser's right there.
There's a urinal or a toilet right.
You got to go in front of everybody.
You got to go in front of everybody. But
I can't go in front of everybody. Maybe I just piss my pants, so I don't have to go in front of everybody.
Then you roll around.
Yeah.
Oh, so you think? Hang on a second. You
Shy
might
bladder
actually be brilliant.
Shy
here.
bladder syndrome.
No, you might be right. This guy, and then he didn't want everybody to know that he did it, so he thought he'd mop it up with his clothes by rolling around on the floor. So that way there would be no evidence and no one would know. But with all the cameras everywhere, you could see this. They just slowed it down and saw the stain growing in his leg. Like it just gets bigger and bigger. That's interesting. I didn't even think of that. Like you're afraid to go.
You guys are playing checkers. I'm over here playing chess.
Oh, it could be a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
Get everyone to stay away from
You
you.
can't get raped when you got piss all over you either.
It's Cayuga County Jail. What are they doing?
Toothless Eddie in there taking care of business.
I sit back and watch the Jets game, man.
He was then turned over to officers at the Cayuga County Jail and arraigned in the morning. I don't know, $5,000, whatever crap. But as a result of these conditions, he was charged with criminal tampering in the third degree. I'm wondering if you're right. I'm wondering if this guy couldn't go in the toilet that was in the jail holding cell, and so he just went and then decided. And maybe he wasn't really rolling around. Maybe he just tried to mop it up with his ass, like sat down in whatever little dribble had happened. I could see that. That's a way different thing. Times in Wayne County giving us some bad stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's a lot of meth,
That's
allegedly. By the way, what's his name? Tim Delphi Jr.?
Yeah.
I feel bad for I feel bad for Tim Delphi Sr. I gave you my name, and that's what you came up with?
All right, here's a story.
All my friends have been asking me, was that you?
A 2-year-old fired a gun in Walmart.
Mother is charged tonight after her 2-year-old child fired a gun inside of a Walmart. This happened at the store in Waverly, Ohio. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Yolanda Harris.
I'm Yolanda Harris.
Okay, wait a second. How does a 2-year-old get a gun inside? Now, there's many ways I guess this could happen, but if you're... See, this is where you give responsible gun owners a bad look.
And I'm Doug Petcash in for Andrew Kinsey. 10 TV's Lacey Crisp has more on the Waverly.
Lacey Crisp.
Man, these names tonight.
Lacey Crisp. Sounds like a dessert at Thanksgiving.
The incident.
Hey, did Aunt Mary bring the Lacey Crisp? I love it.
And why gun experts are reiterating the need for gun safety.
It's a stripper.
Wait, time out. He just said, like, the gun experts are reiterating the need for gun safety.
Yes.
Okay, I want to hear this.
Yes. All right, here we go.
Waverly police say the mom had the 2-year-old inside this Walmart when the toddler grabbed a gun out of the mom's purse and fired a shot.
If you don't give me that toy, I'm going to light this place up.
I want me some Bluey.
Could you imagine all of a sudden, like, you're in a Walmart and you hear, here's the bad part. I'm very concerned that someday I'll be in somewhere where there's a gunshot, but I won't know what it is because I'm not thinking a gunshot.
Right.
I'm thinking, somebody's got to clean up over in electronics. That's, you know what I mean?
This kid riding in one of those carts that's got the car in the front, a little drive-by.
Yeah.
Baby drive-by.
Waverly police say around 11 a.m. Thursday, someone inside this Walmart called 911 because of a gunshot fired inside the store. Police say when they got there, a woman was waiting for them and admitted that her 2-year-old son.
I wonder if this isn't true. I wonder if the 2-year-old's getting blamed. Somebody needs to go check the surveillance tape.
Bitch, you better give me some Oreos.
But wouldn't they have done that by now?
Oh, probably.
Son grabbed her Taurus 9mm out of her purse and accidentally fired the weapon.
Oh, you know how I think it happened? I'll tell you how it happened.
He couldn't go to the bathroom,
Yeah, so
I see more when we were kids.
And to distract everybody.
When we were kids, we used to when mom used to put the baby or the toddler in the front.
Yeah, you put your purse there.
Yeah, now they don't do that. Now they put their purse there and they put the kid in the actual cart. Kid crawls around, mom's looking at stuff. He reaches into the purse, it's open and opens up and shoots the gun. I totally could see how that would happen. I could totally see that.
The shot hit the ceiling. The magazine hit the boy in the forehead, and he suffered a minor injury.
Knocked himself.
Kid's got a scar.
out.
Yeah.
It's sickening. I mean, it makes you sick from a couple fronts. One, being a safe.
This sounds like Dan. This is sickening. This makes you sick on a couple fronts. And let me start here.
If responsible gun owner, you want others to have that same.
Listen to they'll go to this guy. He's a local gun shop owner. Listen to the name of the gun shop. This is in Ohio.
As what it is, and something that can be dangerous.
Eric Dalbert is the owner of LAPD Gun Shop and says he's thankful.
LAPD Gun Shop. Come on.
And it's also sad to think of the potential trauma that a child went through.
All right. Well, the kid probably isn't going to remember it. Do you remember anything from being 2?
Oh yeah.
You do?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Do you remember anything from being 2?
No. I didn't get the life lessons that Dan got it too.
I have one thing I remember from being 2.
I'm a fan of White being incredibly good looking.
I remember being I remember going to Disneyland in California and having to let go of my balloon when I got onto this one ride. They wouldn't let me do it, and crying hysterically as it went there. And flying over to the Grand Canyon in a single engine plane, saying airplane scares you. I remember that. I do. Beth, nothing from being 2? No. All right. One last story, weird and bizarre, because Jameson went to the dollar and he got a bunch of candy that he wants us to test the candy. He spent all this
Didn't
money
you do that
candy.
before Halloween?
But this is
check it for Neil.
This is a woman. Now, we have talked about how middle-aged women, middle-aged white women, can get away with just about anything for longer, I believe, than most people. Middle-aged white women. This woman, middle-aged and white, listen to this.
A former
Binghamton, by the way.
Hancock woman admitted to stealing a
What?
large
Hancock.
Oh, okay. I was going to say cock woman.
sum of money from her place of employment before gambling it all away.
Okay.
Well, if you're going to wonder.
Now, wait. Where do you think her place of employment is? I think I might have already given it away.
Dollar store.
Yes.
40-year-old.
How much money do you think you can get from the dollar store?
Oh, gosh.
To gamble.
Maybe like $2,000.
Okay.
Old Jessica Furman appeared in Delaware County Court yesterday and pled guilty to grand larceny. Furman said she was the manager of a Dollar General store in Hancock when she became addicted to gambling. She admitted to depositing approximately $41,000.
Whoa!
I know.
What type of dollar store has $41,000?
It's Dollar General, so that's the next level.
Next level up. But either way, $41,000, and I'm telling you, Binghamton, middle-aged white woman.
She put it all on the bill.
She got it there for a while. She put it all on black.
She put it all on the bills last week to win by 7.
Into her personal bank account instead of the store's bank account, thinking she would gamble.
Man, they made 41 grand. Probably what? Over how long do you think in the dollar?
Oh, this
General?
had to be
like a week, less than a week.
No,
I'd
I'd say about
a
month.
A month?
About a month.
Okay, thank you.
Gamble the money and later repay the store with her winnings. Instead, she lost it all.
I'm just going to take a little bit out. I'm going to go and play some blackjack. And after I win, here's the thing. What if she won that first hand, right?
Oh, I know.
And all of a sudden, I got all this stuff. Let it ride! So then she goes.
Furman was sentenced to 5 years of
hand.
felony probation and ordered to repay $43,050 to the Dollar General store within a 54-month period.
So she's got 4.5 years.
To pay, she could face a potential sentence of 2 1/3 to 7 years.
That's almost like an auto loan. Plus, I got financing from Family Credit Union.
Family Dollar. I got financing from Family
So
Dollar.
now-
Dollar General.
Yeah,
Dollar General.
So
That's
now,
what
like, you know what? That's actually not a bad idea. I don't go to jail. Right? I got 4 years to pay it off. Right? With
man.
interest. Plus, if I go to the casino, I win some money. I can pay it
I
off
just
real
want you
quick.
to know we did 4 stories, 2 of them from kind of our area. One's in Binghamton. One was just down the road where a guy peed and then we'll try to mop it all up. That's what it is.
New York State, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we've come to.
Hey, but we didn't crap on a possum.
No.
And we didn't have a child fire off a gun into the ceiling of a Walmart.
I think that's what I think the kid's screwing around in the not screwing around. He's a toddler.
Okay, but here's the thing. You can have concealed carry. I get that.
Yeah.
But don't leave it in your purse.
I
Leave
agree.
your purse open and have the safety where you can't have it. You know what I mean?
I agree. That's insane.
It is.
It's completely insane.
All right. We will
Horrible parenting.
take a moment. Jameson got got candy. You want us to do a candy taste test? He told me, Dad, listen, if you want some younger viewers, you got to change up your content. Got to change up your content a little bit, Dad. We got to do that. So
we're gonna try some Mikes and Ikes.
Got to be quiet during the show too. God damn.
We'll get to that next, but first.
Leave Billified a voicemail anytime on the Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram line at 585-206-8866.
Hey, Bill. I'm from 2671. You're going to get a call in about a year. Them fucking guys are full of shit from 2672. Just wanted to give you a heads up. I got to feed the ducks. Later.
I think they're geese.
And be sure to like and subscribe to Billified wherever you get your
Is that Tony
podcasts.
Soprano from the
I
future?
think that was really geese. I think it was. I don't know.
I gotta feed the ducks.
I got to feed the ducks. That's what he said. Yeah, we said that somebody's on TikTok saying they're a time traveler from the year 2671. And that we're going to have the worst year of natural catastrophes in 2024. At the end of 2023 and into 2024.
I validated some of them with weather reports that I heard, so let's see.
Bible says a lot of this stuff's going to happen.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. See, and then you know what? I'm thinking the Bible.
Now I'm going to have a panic
For
attack.
a lot of wait. Now for a lot of people it's a good thing. I'm thinking for you, no more reading the Bible.
I just saw a video where they said that they found Noah's Ark, and now you're saying this. It's weird.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying to Danny because Danny he's looking for the parallels. He's getting nervous. He's getting ready. That may be bad for your health, Dan. I'm just saying.
It might be.
You know.
My pastor wants to meet with me on Wednesday.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
And for a good thing? Or?
Final rights.
Yeah, because he heard about what happened. Now he wants to have lunch.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Is he paying?
Wants to give Dennis final blessings before he kicks.
Wait, you see, you got to say, hey, Doc, it's been really stressful. Rev, it's been really stressful. You got to pay.
I just had a copay.
You got to pay. All right, Jameson went to the dollar store. Jameson has been, I think we'll do a podcast, and I'm debating whether or not to say some things to all three of you boys on the podcast. That'd be a little fatherly. But I've been very impressed with your drive. You went, were cleaning out garbage cans for people, and then you made a lot of money cleaning windows, and told me he cleaned my windows for $5 a window.
So like per pane.
Per pane, bottom, top.
But if it's
That's
one of
$10.
those, if it's one of those stupid windows, it's like a bunch of panes. It'll just be like $5.
Did he clean the truck windows yet?
No. His truck windows are clean. I've taken it through the wash a few times. So, but you've made
A few $1,000s.
a few thousand.
Wow.
Yeah, he's been really hustling.
Look at you.
So,
Almost
and then
10
he's
grand.
very generous because if you're young and you've got money and you're in an airport for a little while and you go into some place and
But
you're
they're
going to
like-
see your
yeah.
cousins. He bought like a 3-foot thing of Mentos. I've never seen a canister of Mentos, but that's for some of his younger cousins.
We're going to dip those into a giant
And then I bought a
Pepsi.
huge like lollipop, and the thing's like the size of your head.
It is the lollipop.
Well, I believe it.
And
that's
there's a
pretty
bunch-
big.
And it's a bunch of lollipops inside there. And he said, I'm not trying to make funny.
It's all right. There's probably not much in there.
No, but inside there's a bunch of little lollipops in there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he
about the
bought
same.
that, and he bought a book for one of the cousins. Very nice, very sweet of you to
And I'm
do.
gonna buy more stuff.
Oh no,
No,
we're done. We're okay.
No,
Put that
You
money
can
away,
buy- You
James.
can buy something maybe for grandma or something like that.
Put it
But
into a
that's-
Roth IRA. Make
Yeah.
yourself
Yeah.
some money.
Come on, come on.
Make your money
Now
work
we're
for you.
talking. Now
Yeah,
we're
if you start,
talking.
James, if you start investing now, man, by the time you're like 30, you might be able to retire.
That's
I
right.
tried to. My mom said it's either Jordan 11s or invest in some stocks, and I said, I forgot about that. Oh, I forgot about that.
Just a
And
Roth IRA.
and
Just
then
put
I
it in there and
asked-
let
she
it
asked
grow.
what I wanted for my birthday, and I said it's some Jordan 11s or just any Jordans. And then she said, "Here you go." And I said, and like a few months later, I said, "Hey, can we invest in some stocks now?" And she said, "I bought you the Jordan 11s." I didn't like choose yet if I wanted the Jordan 11s or not. So
Well,
I didn't know.
This is something I'm not weighing into
Yeah.
at all.
No,
This
I
is
didn't
between
bring
you
that
and your
up
mom.
because
But
you said invest in stocks.
well,
I want
I'm
stocks.
sorry.
I think the Roth IRA is a great idea because it's one it's just going to grow over time.
And if you
and
start
it compounds.
now,
And
like
if you-
Danny said, you'll be retired by 40.
Yeah. Like at 13, you throw in how much money, Dan? You think 1,000,
Put it all in.
Yeah, put it all in and let it roll over, and just add like maybe a $300 a month for the next 10 years.
And there you go.
I mean, your money's gonna like quadruple and everything.
You'll be the richest guy You'll be so rich.
You'll own Fubu and KFC.
You'll be so rich. You'll own Billified.
Nobody wears Fubu anymore.
No?
Yeah, you could resurrect it.
People get made fun of for wearing Fubu now.
They do?
Fubu shoes, Fubu anything. They sell Fubu at Walmart. If you get clothes from Walmart.
Oh.
You can get like socks at Walmart, but if you wear like Walmart brands like Shaq's or anything, you'll get made fun of.
Shaq
I'm sorry, but Shaq literally stole designs. If you steal designs from another brand, you're never gonna get big. Like if you look at my shoes, I have Jordan 4 infrareds. He literally has Jordan 4, like the exact same to the
design.
Maybe that's all people can afford those.
Shaq designed his shoes to make them affordable.
To the crates.
Well, he's probably trying to do that so kids who can't afford them can afford them. And look, those sneakers have gotten outrageous.
Right.
I mean, it's really hard for some people.
Ridiculous.
And to try to feel like, if the idea is everybody's kind of everybody is equal, but then we kind of decide who is and who isn't, right? And so you were talking about going to a shoe shop, and we were saying like some of those sneakers are $450.
I know.
Right? Well, who can afford that if you've got a family and kids and all that stuff? No. Yeah, but even that's kind of a waste.
I mean, it depends on what shoes you're going to wear, though, because the shoes you buy are going to help you move around to get the money you're going to get.
Oh, so you're looking at the more expensive the shoe, the better the hustle. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I wear Jordan 11s to go out and clean windows.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And then I'm going to start reselling shoes.
So tell me why you wanted what he said to me earlier. He didn't like any of the stories that we were going to do.
No, I don't.
I apologize.
No,
I got to be funnier.
I don't. It's not that I don't like the stories, but most of your audience are going to stick around, and some are just going to be like, "Yeah, this got old. This is just the same stuff." Let me guess what they're going to say this time. And it happens to, like, if I'm watching a YouTube video, like this YouTuber called SML, no disrespect, but every time I'm watching a video, I read the title. I'm like, okay, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. I watch the video, and everything plays out. And then once it gets to like halfway and everything played out, I'm just like, I give up. So if everyone's going to be like, Bill Moran's going to cover up a story in the first half, then he's going to do this.
I need to stop talking.
I didn't realize it was Stan Main over here.
I'm just saying.
All right, so what did you want to do? You wanted to do a candy taste testing? Is going to beat that?
Yeah.
All right, what kind of candy do we have? What are we taste testing? And who's going to be the taste tester? Everybody. Okay.
I got Mike and Ike Sour.
I've eaten a ton of the Mike and Ike Sour, and I will tell you that I was very impressed by those. And I don't like the sour things.
Where's cameras on?
We can put this one on. We can put one on you. Can you widen that picture a little bit? Maybe we can get him on that one as well.
Warhead Sour Spray Green Apple.
All right. Now that sounds gross to me. Doesn't that sound gross, Beth? That sounds gross to me.
It's like you're trying to impress your 13-year-old girlfriend. Hey, watch this.
Whoa.
No. Warhead soup. Okay, Dad. Warhead's not just kidding. Warhead super sour.
Yeah, that's what Hamas used to use.
That's like taking a shit on a possum.
Two sprays. This one's not as sour. 2 sprays.
No, it says super sour. How dumb do you think I am?
Super sour too.
Oh, you're right. Ugh. That's nasty. Danny, want to try?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, Danny's going to try.
Wait, you said no? I'm not allowed to try.
I said whoa.
Only blue raspberry sour patch.
Wait, we got to try one at a time, though. We can't just jam it all in there.
Let Danny try the sprays.
Okay.
Let Danny try one and Kevin try the other.
All right.
Unless Kevin doesn't want to.
So I'll be trying the Warheads Super Sour Spray Candy.
Yeah.
Ingredients: water, sugar, citric acid, glycerin, malic acid, lactic acid, artificial flavors.
My question is this: Why? Why do you want candy you spray? I want something I can chew. I want something I can. This is candy you spray.
It's not Yakade.
I had their soda too. It's not even sour. It's just disgusting.
What? Yeah, but I don't. Why would you have this? What's the
don't know.
enjoyment of it?
I don't. It's not that enjoyment. I just want to see what it tastes like.
Okay.
But they're super sour. It's not like the candy. Like it's like drinking lemon juice.
This one's going to be way worse.
Let's try it out.
I think this one's more sour.
Got it in the eye.
All right, switch.
Oh, man.
He looks like he just licked a possum's ass.
Oh.
You gotta try this one.
No, I feel like I licked the dude's ass and the possum's ass. Oh, man. That's
Kevin.
rough. So now,
what is wrong with you? You're impermeable. There's nothing can permeate
that. One's more sour, right?
I think it's way more.
I think they both taste like shit, but that's just me.
Yeah, I didn't like that second one as much.
Oh.
All right, now you're doing. Ugh, Jameson, that is.
Dude, I can see the sugar on my hands. It's like so sticky.
Jameson, you're going to be a hit in the dorm.
Yeah.
Every experiment going. All right, let's try these Sour Patch things.
That's rough.
Yeah, we'll skip that. Try that. And why is everything sour? Is that all they sell at the dollar?
It's only the good stuff they sell at the dollar store.
Well, they got to pay off that lady who who robbed the dollar store in Binghamton. They got to.
Because now they're going to spill everywhere.
It's all the expired candy from Target.
Beth, you sure you don't want to try anything?
I am not a sour fan.
Lucky.
This isn't bad. This I could handle.
Oh.
They're very sugary, though.
It's like Little League candy.
Little League candy?
After a game or before a game,
Yeah.
you go to the Little League, like the
The
concession stand,
and they had all that
and this
shitty.
is, yeah,
Because they went to the dollar store.
right, and
And they charged you $1.50.
yeah. Well,
We used to have a kid.
that's what it brings me back to is Little League baseball.
When Tyler played Little League the one year, the coach's kid would always sit on an inning. He'd always go to the snack bar and get the giant ass pixie stick and just
Snort it.
eat that the entire inning he was out, and then he'd be like starting running everywhere.
What's funny is I had a kid in high school who snorted the pixie dust,
I'm
pixie
good.
sticks,
I'm
and
good.
he
Thank
ended up getting OSS.
That's pineapple.
Out of school suspended for snorting it?
For snorting it.
I don't like pineapple.
And he later on died of a drug overdose.
Oh, well, there you go. Started
right.
early.
Right.
Yeah, you got to practice. It's kind of like your cocaine starter kits for kids.
Right.
They give you that and a little razor
Cocaine for
chop.
kids.
Yeah.
Pineapple sucks.
I'm my curiosity, my question is, I'm sorry, we'll clean anything up.
Oh.
The
It's too sour.
yeah. The question I have is it all sour at the dollar store? Because that's where you went, the dollar store here across from the studio, the other side of this.
No, he just picked out the sour stuff.
They have other candy
I
there?
I didn't realize there was a dollar store around here.
It's
next to Gold's Gym.
Next to Gold's Gym. It is.
Oh, okay.
As I was walking,
Yeah. It's actually not a bad dollar. Like, it's one of those, in certain suburbs you can get a nicer dollar
Yeah,
store.
right.
That's what they got.
This dollar store sells Pepsi.
It does. It does. All right.
wash it down.
And then what? You're going to wash it down with what?
They'll sell Crystal Pepsi too that we couldn't move 20 years ago.
All right.
No, I'm
He's
good.
offering
Dude,
you a
I'm-
real piece of gum. That's
I'm
a real
not-
I like Crystal Pepsi.
I'm good, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that.
All right. We'll wrap it
We're
up.
done already?
Yeah, we'll close it out. For all the candy tasting with Jameson, for Danny, who's back from the panic attack, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I hope it is.
No, I don't think it was a panic attack.
I don't either.
I think
he
I
had no
just.
sweats or anything. I think he had gas.
That's probably what it was. It was GERD. I think it was GERD.
For Kevin, who no sour, he didn't even flinch at this stuff. I'm amazed.
I just want to be a pussy, but the pineapple tasted like shit.
We got to start it again. We got to lengthen that. I'm Bill Moran. We'll see you tomorrow.